What is the number one thing to deal with relapse or denials for partners? Here is Jay and Lori Pyatt from The Couple Cure with this week's question. Okay, next one. Do all strugglers relapse?
No. I mean, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If they're relapsing continuously, it's, we made a decision is the very first step. Part of the recovery process is making a decision to let go of the thing and to seek something new.
Mm-hmm. And then along with that question, what is the number one thing to deal with relapse or denials for partners? Work with somebody in the betrayal trauma model. For me, the thing I see that works the best is the breathing techniques that I teach. I've even had somebody recently, she and I have met at that point maybe 5 times, and it wasn't every week. It was probably, I don't know, maybe once every 3 weeks, but she went to town on the homework and she did the breathing techniques and her husband relapsed. And she wasn't fine with it, but she wasn't triggered by it either. And she actually was able to go through and set boundaries. So for me personally, that's what I've seen is the breathing techniques. I know one of the questions that was asked was, do I have any videos of the breathing techniques out there on YouTube? I do not, and there's a reason. Basically, it's just to make sure that, the stuff I'm putting out there isn't hurting anybody, isn't making things worse. There are different ways that people can go with trauma. They can either go to fight flight, which is they're in their sympathetic mode of their nervous system where they want to take action, or they can actually go to collapse or somewhere in between. But if they're in the collapse phase, then some of these breathing techniques that I have that I would put on videos, those can actually make the trauma worse. So that's why I don't put them out there. Whenever I give them to clients, I'm always like, okay, let's go through it together. How are you feeling? And if it does appear that they're being triggered by something, then I have ways to bring them down. But basically, I also start with asking them, like, when you're triggered, what does your body feel like doing? Does it feel like moving in some way, or do you feel like all your adrenaline leaves your body? And from that question, I can kind of decide which route to even start in.